Hello! Thank you so much for joining me this evening and welcome. If this is your first time watching one of these videos, I do apologize that I've started late. I'm about 18 minutes late. I was supposed to start at 6 o'clock and I apologize, but you know, life happens. And yeah, so I'm hoping that during this, I'm sorry, hold on one second. Of course. Yeah, go with your dad, please. Babe, please watch it. Okay, I apologize for that, of course. I am a mother of 2 boys, and they take up a lot of my time. But I'm hoping that this time, anybody who has any questions or comments, concerns, or if they want to share their personal experience, I welcome that. I hope that you will put comments below in order for me to answer them. Usually during these, I just talk because there's only 1 or 2 viewers. But anyways, so this is the 5th live event that I've hosted here on Facebook. And if you are watching live, please feel free to post questions in the comments for me to answer. They can be personal or non-personal questions, questions specific to your situation or experience, or even general questions regarding any of these subjects. I'm open to answering and discussing anything that's regarding cryptic pregnancy or simulated pregnancy, as well as phantom pregnancy. So, I will be re-uploading this live feed to my YouTube channel. So, if you are watching the re-upload, thank you, and please bear with me. I do want to announce that I was interviewed a few weeks back, and the article that came from that was recently published. And I will put it in the comments of this video if you're interested in reading that article, or if you're watching the re-upload, I will make sure to include that in the description box of this video, so please check that out if you're interested. It was a very exciting opportunity, and I'm very excited and happy that I took part in it. It was a very... I did contemplate whether or not I wanted to be interviewed for my phantom pregnancy experience, and I decided that since I'm so open on this support group as well as my YouTube channel, that I should go ahead and get interviewed about my experience. So that was published a week ago or so, and I'm really proud of it. So phantom pregnancy can happen to anyone without any discrimination, without any bias or prerequisites. It can happen to anyone from any country, background, age range, race. It can happen to anyone from any ethnicity, any gender, any social status, any education level, any social influence, and any upbringing, any environment. It can happen to anyone in all and every type of lifestyle, mentality, and or diet choice. It can happen to anyone from any religion, belief system, ethical background, moral background, or any person from any walk of life. This condition does not only affect certain people or certain people with certain risk factors. This is something that can happen to anyone without any discrimination. So during my research and investigation into phantom pregnancy, which is, I've been thoroughly researching this subject for 9 months now. I was researching it prior to this, but in the last year I've gotten really serious about my research, and I do it every single day. So for the past 9 months, I've been researching the subject of phantom pregnancy, cryptic pregnancy, simulated pregnancy, and every and all types of pregnancy experience for the past 9 months. And during this investigation into phantom pregnancy and cryptic pregnancy, I have found that there is no one common denominator for the trigger or development of a phantom pregnancy, or what some people might interpret as a cryptic pregnancy. The experience of it itself is individual. It is unique. For every person who develops it, it is different. And there's different reasons why they developed it. There's different symptoms. It's just completely different for every person who experiences it. Man, woman, child, it doesn't matter. Every phantom pregnancy experience is unique to that person. So just like it's said that every pregnancy is different, even in the same woman, every phantom pregnancy is different. And during my research and investigation, I have found a lot of people have pretty much just blown off phantom pregnancy as a myth. It's not often talked about. It's often ignored. And a lot of people don't even believe it happens, like for reals, unless you're been diagnosed with schizophrenia or some kind of mental disorder. And I'm here to tell you that phantom pregnancy can happen to anyone despite your mental stability. It does not only happen to people who have been diagnosed with schizophrenia or have schizophrenic characteristics. It happens to anyone and everyone, man, woman, child. It can happen at any point in time in your life for any reasons. There can be a list of triggers that triggered your pregnancy, or it could just be one thing that triggered or started the development of your phantom pregnancy. Excuse me. Now, with there being so little research out there about pseudocyesis, false pregnancy, or phantom pregnancy, it's very hard for a woman to come to the conclusion that she did experience it. And it's a lot easier to accept the reality or the image of a cryptic pregnancy. It's a lot easier for a woman to say, hey, I'm experiencing a pregnancy that has never been studied or understood, instead of them coming out and saying that I experienced a phantom pregnancy, mostly because of the shame that's associated with this experience, the guilt that's experienced with this experience, the anger, the embarrassment, and they don't want, nobody wants to be labeled as crazy. Nobody wants to be labeled as unstable. And so the fear of admitting that you experienced a phantom pregnancy, you realize that you can be labeled these things because everybody's going to have their own opinion about you or your experience, or what they think that you experienced, or what they think that you made up during this experience. Everybody's going to have their own opinion about it. But it's up to you, yourself, to figure out why you experienced this phantom pregnancy. And with so little information and research out there for women who have experienced it, it's very hard for them to pin down or come to the realization of why they experienced their phantom pregnancy. So, yeah. Now I lost my train of thought. Thanks, Sawyer. So yeah, it's very difficult for a woman to leave a doctor's appointment, an OBGYN appointment, or a midwife appointment, not really having answers to why they experienced this, but also not having any options for healing, for recovery, for, there's very little doctors out there who even talk about this. And one second, he's very distracting. Okay, so there's very little information out there for the next steps for a woman who has experienced this, or even may be thinking that they're experiencing this. Sorry, that made no sense. If there's very little information out there for women who are currently experiencing it or suspect that they're experiencing it, it's not explained very well, because it is because it's in your mind, you can develop any symptoms that you want. So there is no specific symptoms that land under a phantom pregnancy. I've heard so many women tell me, there's no way I'm experiencing a phantom pregnancy because I get my period every month. And I've read online that it says that in a phantom pregnancy, you don't experience your period. You experience amenorrhea for the entire time you think you're pregnant. And that's not true. There is no specific characteristics or signs and symptoms for phantom pregnancy. If the only reason why you think you're not experiencing a phantom pregnancy is because you're still experiencing your menstrual cycle, then you need to explore alternative options besides cryptic pregnancy or an extended gestational cryptic pregnancy. There is no way of knowing whether or not you're experiencing a phantom pregnancy until you go to your doctor. You make sure they take a urine test, a urine sample, a blood sample, and you request an ultrasound. And I suggest, in my opinion, to not request your ultrasound until you're at least 8 to 12 weeks pregnant. That way, the sac and the baby are big enough to be seen in ultrasound so that it won't be missed. Anything before that, the baby could just be too small, and it can be overlooked. It's not very common for a baby or conception inside of the uterus to be overlooked. However, it does happen. So, in my opinion, I would suggest, if you really truly believe that you are experiencing a pregnancy, a cryptic pregnancy, or any other kind of pregnancy, and you're not able to get it confirmed, I definitely suggest that you wait until you're at least 8 weeks gestation, or what you think is 8 weeks gestation. If you can wait longer, that's even better. The bigger the baby gets inside of your uterus, the less likely it will be overlooked. You can get your confirmation of pregnancy, and you can start to receive prenatal care, which is important. If you have it prior to 8 weeks gestation, like I said, it can be overlooked. It's not common, but it can happen, and then you have that doubt in your mind. And if you have the doubt in your mind that maybe the technician didn't see a pregnancy that was there, then to let go of the thoughts of cryptic pregnancy or pregnancy in general is really, really hard, because you think, well, I could still be pregnant. You have to completely eliminate the thoughts of pregnancy. You have to completely eliminate the questions. Could I be pregnant? Could I really be pregnant? When I received my negative ultrasound, that's when the thoughts of could I be pregnant stopped and turned into I am not pregnant. I am not pregnant. Had I had that ultrasound prior to 8 weeks, I would not have been as confident. I've said this over and over and over again, but I'll say it again. When I received my negative ultrasound, I was what I estimated around 18 to 20 weeks pregnant. So that's a pretty big baby. You should see it very obviously. However, that was not seen. There was no signs of conception. There was no baby. There was no fetal pole. There was no sac. There was no placenta, amniotic fluid. All of the things that come with a conception were not inside of my uterus. And seeing as I thought I was at least 18 to 20 weeks, it was very easy for me to accept that my uterus was empty. Well, it wasn't easy, but it was reassuring to me, knowing that I had waited so long and that baby should have been big. And obviously it wasn't seen, so my uterus was empty. It stopped the doubt. It stopped the, oh no, what if they missed it? Oh no, I could still be pregnant and the technician just missed it. Or I could still be pregnant and the doctor probably didn't tell the technician to specifically look for a baby, so it could have been overlooked, so I could still be pregnant. No. At the time that I received my negative ultrasound, I was estimated 18 to 20 weeks pregnant. If the baby was not seen, that means my uterus was empty. So it stopped all my fear and my doubt. And like I said, my thoughts of could I be pregnant turned into I am not pregnant. And I did have to tell myself that every single day for the first 6 months at least. Because like I've explained in other videos, my symptoms did continue even after my negative ultrasound. They didn't just stop. They didn't just cease to exist. Over time, they slowly dissipated, stopped being as strong, got... Some of them just disappeared slowly, others kind of lingered a little bit longer, but I've been able to correct them with nutrition and exercise, stretching, and things like that. But yeah, my symptoms did continue even after my negative ultrasound. And so for like the first 6 months after my negative ultrasound, I did have to remind myself every single day, I am not pregnant. My uterus was empty. Now, and that this process is going to be different for every single woman because it's because the information out there is, so just vague. The information out there about it is vague. And so it's hard for a woman who's been told that there is nothing medically wrong with her or that the tests are clear for her to conclude. 1 second again. Go to your dad and show him your big dragon hand. Thank you. Come on. Come on, let's go find Daddy. Go find your dad, please. Thank you.
You were just behind me. Stay away. Come on.
Alright, so this video, obviously I need to end it here because... So a lot of women are not able to come to the conclusion that they experienced a phantom pregnancy because the information is so vague. It just seems so impersonal. And like I've said earlier, that every single phantom pregnancy is going to be different for every single person who experiences it. It's a completely unique experience and situation. And so every single person has to go about it in their own individual way in order to come to the conclusion that they in fact experienced a phantom pregnancy. Or you can ask your doctor to diagnose you. And so, personally, I don't think that a doctor's diagnosis of pseudocyesis is going to be any easier for you. You're still going to have to go through the stages of, the 5 stages of grief, because it is a loss. You thought you were pregnant with a live baby inside of your uterus, and that baby is not a real living baby. And so you have to go through the 5 stages of grief because you're getting so, how do I explain this? It is a loss. It's a loss. It's a loss on many different levels, but it's also a loss in the fact that you might have thought that you were mentally stable and now you're questioning it. So it's in a way a loss of your mental stability. And so you have to figure out on your own personal level and in your own personal time how you're going to deal with that. And I am more than happy to help you maybe come up with a plan, maybe come up with certain things that you should research, come up with certain things that you might want to investigate yourself to give you more of an insight, more information, more details so that you feel like you are truly informed about this. If you really think that you're experiencing a phantom pregnancy or you suspect that you're experiencing a phantom pregnancy, I am more than happy to give you all the information that I found. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments of this video. I am more than happy and willing to help you and answer all of your questions. Because, that's why I've started this group. That's why I've started my YouTube channel. I want to provide that information because there is so little information about it out there, and the information that is out there is vague and biased and not very helpful, really. If you think about it, the information that's out there describing what a phantom pregnancy is not very helpful. It doesn't help you realize that you're experiencing one. It doesn't help you even come to the conclusion that you might be experiencing one. It's just vague information, and you're just left to figure it out yourself, which is what my doctor did to me. Left me to figure it out all by myself. And so yeah, I don't want you to have to feel like you are figuring it out all by yourself. I'm here. I'm more than happy and willing to help you. I'm more than happy and willing to give my time and energy to answer any of your questions, any and all questions. It doesn't matter. I am not, offended by any certain question. I'm not offended by you thinking that you might have been experiencing a phantom pregnancy, but then conclude that you're actually experiencing a cryptic pregnancy. It's your life, it's your body, it's your pregnancy. You are the one that's responsible for finding your answers. So I'm not going to be offended or have any problem with you deciding whatever you decide. It's your body, it's your life. So that's it for this video. I hope it wasn't too chopped up. I know my son came in like 3 times and interrupted, and I do apologize. But yeah, I think that's all for this video. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, any concerns, if you want to share your personal experience, please do it in the comments below or post it on this group. It's very liberating, it's very healing, and it's an excellent way to recover, expressing what you experienced. And then finding like people who have experienced similar situations. It makes you not feel so alone, and it makes you feel like, okay, well, I'm not crazy. This person experienced it, this person experienced it. And as you want to feel like you're understood, and that's important. So just know that no matter what you're going through, I'm here, and I will try to find that empathy and sympathy to try to understand your situation. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you got to the end, I congratulate you. Yay for you. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate all the comments and all the love that I've received in the last couple of weeks. So many people have been expressing to me and thanking me for putting this information out there, and I thank you. I thank you so much for watching, for being willing to listen to me. And yeah, so I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. It is Wednesday, so I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I hope you figure anything out. If you're confused, I pray that you find the path to your truth. So thank you guys so much. I hope you are well. Be happy, be healthy, stay blessed, friends. Bye.